whatever they want to at that point because they're badass underground turtles.
Wait, yeah, where do they
steal
get this?
power? They steal
steal
phone
shit?
lines. They steal everything.
They're the world's most awesome fighting team.
Yeah.
They're really hip.
Yeah.
They are cool. There's even a Bart Simpson glass in this.
I noticed that too. Right after whenever Kino's trying to infiltrate the Foot and Raphael's helping him, who else is in that scene? There's a very famous dude that's in that scene.
I don't know.
Friend of the show. Yeah, he
Real
played Spawn.
close
The guy that
friend.
played Spawn.
Michael J. White.
Michael Jai White.
No way.
Yeah, he's one of the guys trying out for the Foot Clan.
Oh,
you only
yeah.
see
That's
him
right,
outside
that's right.
whenever the dude comes up and he's like, "You guys need to listen to this." You know?
That's the kid from the Christmas Story.
Yeah.
The bully.
But it's not.
I know, but he grew
Just for
up.
clarity for the listeners.
Not
it's
the actor,
Yeah.
but he's wearing the same hat and he's got the same hair.
Yeah, he just kind of comes up and he's like,
guys.
"Listen, you guys, there's some rules you got to follow here."
You got to pass the test.
Yeah, so they get into and like Kino's kicking some dude's ass, getting his ass whooped. But then one of the main dudes comes up and is like, "You're the only one that is ready for the final trials, right?" Like they got all the other dudes, and Michael Jai White is like a badass anyway. Yeah. He doesn't make it that far. You know, that kind of sucks for him, right? Maybe he's a low-level Foot Clan dude, something, I don't know. And then
they get the purple suit.
Yeah, they do the they do the
You are fodder.
Yeah, where they got to get the what is it shit?
Oh, it's like a mannequin with bells all over it, and the
but
guy's
they can't
like,
make a sound.
He can't make a sound, and he drops the smoke bomb, so they have to get it all
because
off.
And it's Raphael that gets them all. You know, and they're like, "Oh my God, he got all of them."
You think it'd be harder to hide it? I know he's a ninja, but he does get into that office or that warehouse behind the boxes awfully
pretty
smoothly.
easy. He's a ninja though, so it's suspend disbelief.
I like Raph. He's cool.
Yeah.
So he gets captured.
Well, they go back to
are
Fat
we
Albert's
there?
clubhouse. They go back over to the clubhouse, and he's
The
like,
junkyard.
Go get your Foot Clan gear, and you know we got practice here in a minute or some shit like that."
So what's
right?
the first thing he does? Goes right over to the turtle that's also in there somehow,
Mhm.
and they
Yeah.
talk really, really loudly.
Yeah, exactly. Like he could be hidden in broad daylight in a junkyard.
Yeah,
Somehow, I guess, you know.
and it's a cool set too. The walls look really cool. I don't know how they
Yeah,
did that, but it's all built up like I don't know. It's kind of comic booky and
Yeah, it's straight out of Walking Dead season 4.
Sure.
Season 6, where they actually had like junkyard people.
And so they have
it's
a
kind of built the same.
I
way.
remember those people.
Yeah.
It's kind of built the same way.
They have a little skirmish there, and Kino gets away, and that's where he runs up to the door, and he's pounding on the beep 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 bird. He's like, "Yeah, Kino, it's me, Kino." That's where you can pull that sound bite from. And you know,
Come on.
they got Raph. So they're gonna go.
So they go walk right into a trap.
Yep, and back at the junkyard at night.
Yeah, so they're there, and then like they capture them with a net, like fucking Return of the Jedi style.
Yeah, it looks
they get them with a
thick, though.
fucking net. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like a badass net, right? They don't have R2D2 to save them.
Yeah, and some guy broke his ankle when they dropped it in that shot when it falls later.
Oh, for real?
Yes, one of the stuntmen actually broke his ankle.
In Return of the Jedi?
No, in this movie,
Oh, for
Turtles,
real?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yeah.
2, Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze.
That's the movie we're covering today.
Yes, not Return of the Jedi.
No,
Anyway.
Okay.
The net they're in is really thick, though. Yeah, so they sneak up really stupidly, like, what?
Yeah, but then
They're
they
each
get
moving up.
We they do that running joke. It's like it's a little too quiet.
Yeah.
It's like there's Raphael. It's a little too Raphael.
Yeah, I actually laughed.
That was awesome.
I
Yeah,
laughed.
yeah, because he's taped up, obviously, for bait. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, David Warner's letting them know that he's like, "They're babies," you know. Fucking
because the snapping turtle and wolf,
Well, when
Toka
they-
and Razor.
Yeah,
When they
they're-
were
yeah.
fighting,
Razor. Get back! I am Razor.
So yeah, they come out and they're just stupid, like mama.
yeah,
You know?
they're
Oh, I
imprinting
play with
with
the
Shredder.
hubcap.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And
Yeah. Hubcap
gonna-
and some weird metal.
he's just gonna like murder them. He's
Yes.
like, let's just get rid of these dumb things, take them out back and shoot them. And the doctor guy's like, here, check it out. They can lift stuff. They're really heavy.
yeah.
They're real strong.
You might want to use that later.
We're gonna keep them.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, but then this is where they get into their first fight with them too, because they're in like another subset of the Fat Albert complex, and it's just for them. You know what I mean? They're like
Fat Albert complex.
the Fat Albert complex. the other Fat Albert dudes like Dumb Donald and shit are just still chilling, watching TV, playing Nintendo and shit. You know what I mean?
Then Grease Lightning shows up.
Yeah. Well, we've already talked about this part of it too. You guys.
Hey.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
of course,
walking here.
whenever they get into that first fight, all of the turtles are like fucking. They think that they can really take them. They're like, we're fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We could take these dudes out.
Yeah.
Right.
So they go and like kick. One of them kicks the fucking Toka, right? Or who's the wolf dog?
I think that's Razor.
Yeah, that's
Is it
Razor.
Razor?
Toka and Razor. Toka is the snapping turtle.
Oh,
Razor.
okay.
Oh, wait, no, it's the other way around.
Yeah,
it
I
the
think
other
so.
way
Yeah,
around?
Yeah,
I think
Razor
so.
is the snapping turtle.
Yeah, so
Sure,
so even Donatello walks up with his bow staff and like hits him in the chest and it shakes him like so bad it's like you know what I mean?
Dude, sometimes when they're hitting each other, you can hear the hollow like costume.
Yeah,
I swear.
Well, and I mean then because I mean the setup before this was they actually what was it? They sent them out after their fight because they escaped through the sewer. Michelangelo finds the sewer and then actually gets to jump down inside of it, right?
Right, and then Razor, or the whatever, one of them, Toka, gets stuck and he like tickles his feet.
Yeah, he tickles his feet and shit like that. But they did rescue the fucking professor.
They did
you know?
rescue the professor.
So they get him. They take him back to the old Ghostbusters
to the substation.
Yeah, the substation. And
No,
when,
honestly, when they're fighting, right, and they're about to release him, they run over there, or one of them runs over there and just has the time of the in the world to actually release him.
yeah.
You know?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Like
when
you're
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
there, you're like all of these bad guys, and how they just standing there with nothing and nobody coming
Well,
up to
there's
them.
nothing to do.
Yeah,
He's
Come
like,
on.
joke. Cover his mouth again.
Yeah, he gets well when they're
Oh,
rescuing Raph.
when they're talking about a turtle in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
when
they
he's
rip
tied up.
the tape off, and he's like, "Ow!" And then he starts bitching, and he puts it back on his face.
yeah.
But yeah, then I mean, one of them gets thrown halfway across the fucking junkyard, right?
Donnie gets thrown into
Yeah.
the building where the oh Jesus, sorry, where the doctor is, and then he's like, "Ow, that hurt!" And then the guy's right over there, and he's like, "Oh, I'll rescue you."
Hey, you're the
That's-
doctor.
I thought that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one watching the doctor.
yeah.
Like,
Or
what?
that too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah, well, they get him out, right? And then they go down. They go downstairs, and they're there, kind of creating their own like super anti-serum, anti-ooze, or
Well,
whatever the fuck.
This is the part where he explains to him that it was an accident that was made. Too.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, our
Disappointed,
reason for
yeah.
being."
Yeah, so we were in
Donnie's
accidents
real,
too.
Yeah, he's real disappointed.
Yeah, because they wanted to actually be something more than, but they are special and they don't realize it. Dumb turtles.
Stupid turtle.
Are they related to that snapping turtle somehow?
No, they just pulled that one out of a Petco
No,
somewhere.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm sure they pulled it out of the East River.
yeah, they got that snapping turtle from a Petco in fucking.
I don't think you can get snapping
Yeah, I
turtles
don't
from a
think so.
Petco. You can get them from the Illinois River.
There you go.
You
there you
can
go.
try.
Yeah, that motherfucker had spikes on his back and shit too. So they're basically trying to figure out a way to administer an anti fucking serum or whatnot for Toka and Razor, and then what is it? That's where the Bart Simpson cup is.
Yeah.
Too, because it's a big ass fucking cup too. That's
It's like a mug.
like a 32-ounce cup.
Yeah.
Don't have a cow, man. I mean, it's like a big ass cup. And I always noticed that too. I was like, oh, there's Bart Simpson. And that was if this was in 91, they were just starting out being really big.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Really big.
It was before you could get all the rip-off T-shirts of Bart Simpson on a skateboard. in
I disagree.
different
I think you
languages.
could go to any state fair and get those.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know,
for sure.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's like you would say it in Spanish, "Don't have a cow, senor."
I just remember there was always one with
El
him.
Barto.
I was the knockoff one with him like planted in a person's butt,
Ah.
and it would say "crack kills,"
Oh.
and I'm like,
God.
I don't see that.
God,
I don't think I've ever
state
seen
fairs.
that one,
God,
dude.
state fairs, you suck.
All I remember from the state fairs was like the Buns and Roses pictures. Yeah. It was Buns and Roses.
You know
It
how
was
many
just-
little mirrors I bought from that I won from a state fair?
I won so many I hid them in my closet because I thought my parents would not like them, and then my mom found them. She was like, "I don't care if you have these." Oh, okay, all right, cool.
Oh, well,
Buns and
thanks.
Roses on my wall. Bam.
The other only good thing about state fairs and county fairs was that you could buy bladed weapons and be like
Yes.
10.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
like
dude,
throwing
like-
stars.
yeah,
and
Those
shit.
guys did
Yeah.
not care.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah,
Have
you
you
could
seen
win. You could win
They're
a
like,
switchblade.
buy a sword.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Like the
Yeah.
South Park
Yeah,
episode.
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and-
That was childhood growing up. Yeah, that was at the same time. So anyway, we digress.
Yes.
We digress. So
is this where Shredder unleashes Razor and
Yeah.
Taka into like a neighborhood, right?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
an alley, like
Yeah,
a
and
street.
Jacks them all up a little bit.
Yeah.
even the couple's like, what are those two giant animals doing over there? And like, well, if they come over, he's like, what are we gonna do if they come over here? Well, they're not taking our cab.
Yeah.
What?
New York's hardcore. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, even the cab driver's like not in a hurry.
No.
Like some of their jabs and some of their quick jokes are funny, and then
Yes,
some are
yeah.
like, ooh.
Whoa. Why did you throw that in there? They mix they basically unleash them out on the city, and they bite a telephone pole. The other dude knocks one over and like create some postal fucking federal offenses.
For sure. He's going to prison.
Yeah. Stealing mail and shit, stealing people's mail and stuff. You're gonna piss some
Then
people
they send
off.
him a message, right? And they're like, "We're gonna unleash him in Central Park."
With people in midnight.
People, yeah.
Because there's like 12 people out there at midnight at Central Park because nobody wants to go there that late anyway. Yeah, so they got to mix that serum because David Warner, the doctor, Dr. Pete, was it Dr. What is his
Perry,
name?
Dr. Perry.
Perry.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's no Pete involved in his name. Actually, that's not even his first name.
Pete Perry, the doctor. So yeah, they got to mix up that serum that looks like fucking shit too. It looks like
it does.
it looks like pimento cheese melted. You know what I mean? It looks gross.
Yeah.
And they got to administer it orally somehow,
Yeah.
to these fucking giant
Well, maybe it's
creatures.
because they spilt the pizza in there.
Toka
Yeah,
and
So it
Razor.
comes out like,
Well, and that's what confuses me too, because Michelangelo's like, let's put it in an ice cube. What? Who the fuck would even fall for that? But then their clever idea, because they go meet them at the
Right.
construction site, is to put the ice cubes in a fucking donut.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just inject it like a jelly or some shit? You know what I mean? They make it an
They don't
ice
know
cube
enough
into
about. They don't really know a lot about donut physics.
they're pizza. They're pizza.
They're
dudes.
pizza people.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
all
why
they
didn't
know.
they put it on a pizza pie? You know what I mean? But they
Pizza
would have
pie,
probably
yeah.
eaten it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then they would have passed out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what is
Can't
this?
resist.
So is the serum basically supposed to like knock them out? What is it supposed to
I think
do?
it's supposed to
Supposed to
turn them back.
Yeah, just
Reverse,
turn 'em
like,
back, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
So
right.
then you just have a wolf and a,
Still very good predators.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
not the snapping turtle. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
yeah.
too scared unless I was like in the water and I couldn't get up or something.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah,
you
yeah.
try and
Like,
pick that thing up.
I wouldn't.
No, I'm
That's
just
my
kidding.
point.
Just walk away.
Just
Just
walk
walk
away.
away. Just walk away.
What's gonna happen?
That's what you do to turtles
Yeah.
when they are aggressive.
He just run.
Just walk.
You can ask Mr. Nugget. She lives upstairs.
Oh.
She's
Well,
the first transgender member of our family.
oh,
Her name was Mr. Nugget, and then she laid eggs like 2 years later. We're like, we're accepting. We
Still Nugget.
support that. That's fine, Mr. Nugget. We'll still call you Mr. Nugget. It's fine.
A miracle.
Have you seen that interview? Remember the concert turtle thing that they did?
Oh yeah.
Coming out of their shells. I think they did an interview on like Oprah or
Oh, man,
Sally
they were
Jesse
everywhere.
Callie Raphael or whatever.
Sally Jesse Raphael.
And
The red glasses.
they're like, "Do you have a crush on April?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know how that would work," or something really
Yeah.
inappropriate.
No,
That-
seriously, can you explain it?
Yeah, that was something that I was thinking about too. Is how, because they're
Oh, no,
the
he says-
only and the last turtles ever, right? So they can't procreate. They're gonna eventually get old and die.
Yeah, they say something about interspecies I don't think we can do an interspecies relationship or something like that.
Well, as you find out in the cartoons, there's like 1 bazillion of these kind of like mutant
Yeah.
creatures
Yeah,
out there.
there's a
So I'm sure
ton.
they find some girl turtles at some point if they haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened for the chipmunks.
Right. Yeah. Indiana Jones.
Alvin!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do you think that they would ever have brought a character like that into the movies later?
No,
would've kept making them?
No.
Who do you
Well,
think
they
would
would have had to
done?
do it in the cartoon series first, but they've already had like 20 cartoon series, all Nickelodeon owned. So
Yeah, they have the rights.
So
now.
they try to trick him,
So yeah,
and then
so
he
this-
throws like they figure out it's a trick.
Yeah, but they eat one donut.
They do eat one donut, but then he throws Raphael into a dance club.
Yeah, I know. It's like on the docks, but it's full of people like Shaka Khan and fucking
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
out
Shaka
there.
bra, bro.
Yeah,
Shaka bra.
Yeah, Shabba ranks and shit like that. It's like a whole bunch of like Shabba ranks in a fucking club dancing.
Even though this was
But it looks all makeshift too. Like even the white
All
dudes are
right.
like dancing too, and that's unheard of.
this
You-
movie was 91, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so they're just trying to